little bit too much going on. I'm talking about he was disrespecting SPAZZ1200, and yeah, there is a connection with Gerard Adams' mama, Jamelia Murphy, and Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy. They are all kin to SPAZZ1200, which is Gerard Adams that was killed at the football game. So I'm telling y'all, check this shit out. What's good? This your boy Hog here with the Haters Real podcast. Now let's get into this shit right here.
I had to make it look juicy for them.
Come on here with the Haters. Hit that like button. Now let's get into this shit.
2 vehicles and link them back to the suspect.
Are calling the shooting that unfolded as nearly 4,000 fans left Rains High School, the stadium, as a gang-related shooting. Saying Gerard Adams, the young man you just saw in that photo, and a 17-year-old Rains student were targeted and had ties to criminal street gang activity. The family of Adams saying their loved one was not a gang member. And a 16-year-old Lee High School student was also injured in the shooting. She was struck by a stray bullet.
He took my baby away.
It's okay.
Whoever you are, I hope you did have the heart to turn yourself in.
Gerard Adams' grandmother devastated and pleading for an end to gun violence.
All this killing going on, these young boys, y'all need to stop. You the job of murder. All the killing out here.
I'm smoking SPAZZ forever. Urinating on her son's grave. News4Jax has obtained this video of the vandalism. The suspect is also seen knocking down the decorations and heard saying derogatory things. The grave belongs to Gerard Adams. His mother says he was shot and killed at a Rains versus Lee High School football game in 2018.
I closed myself up in the house since his death. My family haven't been the same day. That hurts.
News4Jax reporter Corley Field spoke to Adams' mother, and she's joining us live at JSO headquarters with a look at what she's learned. Corley.
Gerard Adams' mother tells me that JSO is investigating. She says this is heartbreaking because she not only had to deal with the fact that her son was murdered, but now she's having to deal with the fact that someone recorded themselves destroying the place where her son was laid to rest. This video posted on social media shows what appears to be a man spitting.
Gerard Adams.
And urinating.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
And caking decorations off of Gerard Adams' grave. The video never shows the man, only his shoes.
I just feel like that's a stab in the heart, doing stuff like that.
Jamelia Murphy says seeing the video was devastating. She says her son's grave is typically decorated with flowers and balloons. Now it's empty.
I had a breakdown. I did, no lie. I had a breakdown, I had to put myself together. I was crying all day yesterday since I seen it.
Police say Adams was shot and killed during a Rains versus Lee High School football game in 2018. 18-year-old Robert Howard is charged in his murder.
Do you feel like he's doing this as some sort of retaliation?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Like, they feel like their friend should be out. Well, I feel like he need to be where he at.
Murphy says her son's birthday is next week.
I'm not going to let one disrespectful person stop me for putting flowers down on my son's grave for his birthday.
She says the past year and a half has been hard enough without her son, but she's not going to let a vandal ruin.
At one time, he faced up to life in prison, but today, a 20-year-old Jacksonville man, Robert Howard, received a much shorter sentence for a deadly shooting 4 years ago following a Rains High School football game. At the time of the crime, Howard was 16. 19-year-old Gerard Adams died. 2 other teens were wounded. Adams' mother spoke with News4Jax reporter Corley Field, who's joining us live with more on the outcome of what started out as a murder case. Corley?
Tom, Robert Howard was initially arrested on a second-degree murder charge. That charge was upgraded to first-degree murder, but he has now been sentenced to manslaughter and aggravated battery because witnesses stopped cooperating. And I spoke with Joe Ron, Adam's mother, who says that this outcome is disappointing. This crime scene remains in Jamila Murphy's mind forever. It's where her son, Joe Ron Adams, was shot and killed after a Rains High School football game in 2018.
What have these past few years been like for you and your family?
It's been hell, emotional.
Now, Robert Howard is sentenced to manslaughter and aggravated battery in Adams' death. He was originally charged with second-degree and first-degree murder, but it was reduced after eyewitnesses recanted their statements. The state attorney's office says roughly 200 people were in the area of the shooting, but no one would come forward.
They won't go to the police and tell the police what happened, but then they talk to other people about it. I didn't get to speak my piece in court. That's the part that hurted me. Like, I really want to speak my piece. I want him to hear out my mouth, let him know what he took from me.
According related, and he was listed as a gang member. Over the years, Murphy says people posted these videos damaging her son's grave. She's also heard her son's death mocked by rappers in music videos. They refer to him as Spaz.
If you did have the opportunity to speak during court, what would you say to him?
You took something from me that was so precious. And I didn't get to see him have children when he was still in school.
Despite the outcome, Murphy is working to erase the crime scene from her memory.